Wow, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another fantastic, much anticipated episode of the Those Movie Dudes podcast. I'm your host, John, the Beekeeper, because I just saw The Beekeeper and I was surprised on how much I liked it. We got two other guys here on the show. We got Spence and Little Debbie, but we're here to talk about new releases, movie news, do a little trivia, and at the end of the day, just have a lot of fun. So let's bring in the other guys. We got Ducky, we got Debbie. What's up? Welcome.
Hey.
Welcome back to the show.
This isn't my cell.
They let you out just for the show. It's like a once a month endeavor, and then they're like, all right, let's get him back in solitary.
They just let you in a dark room and put on a David Lynch movie.
I'm pretty sure you're still in your cell. Like, if you turn the light on, we would just see, probably shit smeared all over the walls or something of that nature.
And that you are not wrong.
Yeah, well.
Ooh, that's a bingo.
And that's when everybody tunes off, because they really missed our one and only soundbite.
No, I
Throw
mean,
it
it's
in the oven.
Ah, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. There's the one.
Well, yeah, we'll get into it later. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a couple of weeks, but we've
Life shit.
watched a whole bunch of movies. A lot of new releases have come out in streaming theaters. John's been at the AMC like 5 times a week or so.
No, sadly not
Seeing
that
everything.
much. But I did go 3 times last week. So, but that was like, I was making up for a lot of missed time, I think.
Yeah, and looking at my February diary compared to like December and January,
I'm sure it's not even close.
I watched
Yeah.
7 movies, which, I mean, that might be a lot to some, but compared to what I think like 20 something on every other month. So I've mainly just been playing the Last of Us games. So I've been taking a little hiatus on movies, but yeah, glad
That's
to be
okay,
back. Talking about them.
It's okay to take a break. And then some days I go out there, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to sit down and watch like 3 movies today. And I'll do that, And sometimes they're not good, especially when I'm watching them at home in February. But it is what it is. Here we are,
I randomly put on Ex Machina for the first time since theaters. I just randomly picked it out on the Blu-ray shelf, put it in, and I was like, it's a good movie.
Fantastic movie.
I
Yeah.
I don't know if I loved it the same amount as I thought I did, but I still really, really liked it. Solid 4.5 for me.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. That's
I don't know,
almost perfect. So.
So I was like,
Yeah.
oh wait, maybe not. I don't know. So I still
think-
really so.
I think it's just a movie that's like, it's so good that you watch it again and like, yeah, it's still like amazing. Like I have nothing else to say.
It's just weird
a great
knowing
movie.
how advanced AI has gotten since it came out like 10 years ago. So that's just kind of watch it through a different lens these days was kind of interesting. But Nate, what was the most recent random movie you watched?
Most recent random one.
Sure.
I was going through a bunch of random Criterion movies, but this one was actually pretty good. It was called Devil in a Blue Dress with Denzel Washington.
Do you have that on Criterion?
I don't. But
Okay.
it happened to
Came
be
out,
on Amazon
yeah.
Prime, and it's like a very weird, modern, neo-noir with Denzel Washington and a bunch of other famous African-American actors, and they all did a great job. But
is it worth buying on Criterion? I think it's like a 4K Criterion.
$40. What is a 4K?
I don't know.
Criterion?
25 during the sale. It's the only time you buy Criterions is during the sale. I mean,
Yeah.
normal
Maybe they
person
should
knows.
take that and as information and just lower the prices to a normal price.
I can't do that, man. They put in a ton of effort into those compared to Sony that just goes, oh, you get some trailers and a commentary track. Bingo.
I want to see their sales outside of their flash sales to see how much they sell on a regular monthly basis in $40.
Oh, it probably just goes
movies.
It goes like this and then up, sale time, and then back down.
Whatever works for them, that's fine.
And it helps that Barnes and Noble's a partner, so
it does.
Yeah, but their selection is always garbage these days when you go.
Oh, that one that we went to?
Oh, we drove, an hour to get there, and it was just like a tiny little sliver of a wall. There was 30 criteria.
Physical media is dying completely. I mean, it's completely died out in Target and Best Buy, and I'm pretty sure Walmart is essentially
they're following. They've
I mean,
rid of
they're
the whole
going to be
section
gone
in
too.
Lincoln. It's
Extra
just a
hit.
wall of new releases.
Life
That's
as we
it.
know it from the last 10 years of buying physical media, which is how long I've been doing it, is has these to exist. So
Well, that kind of maybe segues into our first segment here. Usually we don't have movie news, but
oh,
this time we do. Oh.
This is movie news.
wow,
News.
okay.
I have a couple of stories that I thought maybe we could just shoot the shit about. And we're talking about physical media. So I just saw that this was announced that Moon Knight, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Andor and the Obi-Wan Kenobi series are getting 4K steelbooks. And this is piggybacking off of the Mandalorian season 1 and 2 getting steelbooks, like 4K releases. So Disney is, and recently Disney sold all their physical media rights to Sony. So Sony is now going to be distributing Disney movies in like the proper way in 4K and stuff, because Disney never cared. They always put out their fake 4K movies. It's been like a
Right.
huge topic in the physical media space. But this time, I think this might be, I don't know if this is Disney, but I think Sony now has the rights to Disney movies to put them out on physical media, and they're putting out streaming shows in 4K, which they promised would never happen. But Netflix is still refusing to do it. But
Yeah, I was gonna say, if they're gonna do this, can they put out like the entire series of Daredevil on 4K or something? And like that would be sick.
that might exist. Maybe no,
You know?
maybe
I don't think
I don't know.
As far as I know, I have never seen it, but I mean, this is hopeful. This is promising for the future. I don't really care to buy any of these.
No,
but,
I don't either.
you
I mean,
know,
I might do the Mandalorian seasons at some point.
yeah, those are
I
really
think that'd
nice
be
to
kind of
look at.
cool.
So
But these Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Marvel shows, I don't really care about. But
I
I
didn't
did
finish
want to.
3 of
What, you
these.
didn't finish them?
Yeah, 3 of the 4 of these I never finished. So
I watched Andor and Obi-Wan, and I watched Moon Knight. I did not watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier for personal reasons. But what I was gonna say, what streaming movie, like original streaming movie or show, I guess, that has, because since COVID, I mean, a lot of, and Netflix has done original movies for a while, but there's been a lot of just direct to streaming movies that don't have physical media releases. So just what's one that comes to mind that you'd like to see get a physical media release?
I
That's a
mean,
streaming only movie at this point.
there's a lot of movies that, I mean, the last couple of years that were specifically streaming, like you said. And yeah, I mean, for me, it's like movies that I don't expect to get a physical media release is like Cha Cha Real Smooth and like Coda.
Okay. Yep.
Like
Those
those
are mine.
right. Sorry, I
Those
mean,
exi-
that's
yeah.
expected. They're both our favorite movies, or maybe it wasn't your favorite movie for Cha Cha, but
But
for me, those were up there.
It's a Best Picture winner that doesn't have a physical media release.
Yeah,
crazy.
that seems crazy to me. It's just maybe at some point Apple will, maybe do what Disney's kind of doing, sell their rights to another company that gives a shit enough to do physical media. But that doesn't seem like a very Apple thing to do. They like to buy other companies and then sell their shit. So it's, I don't know. That'd be cool though. You never know.
Nate, do you have one that comes to mind?
No, I was gonna say an old one, but I think it was like 2017. Is Gerald's Game. I love that Flanagan Stephen King adaptation, and it just sits on Netflix. So like I could watch it at any point, but
Sure.
I feel like there's behind the scenes stuff with Carla Gugino, and I just want to see how they do it, because that had a moment in that movie that genuinely freaked me out, and it makes me
several
cringe.
moments.
And Mike Flanagan's been a huge component or just advocate to physical media, and is actually left Netflix because of this. He went to Amazon because I think the part of his deal was, can you put these out on physical media for me? Because he had Before I Wake, Hush, which isn't even on Netflix anymore. Doesn't even exist anymore. Yeah,
Nope.
that's the thing.
It's just nowhere.
Gone.
Nowhere. You can't even rent it anywhere.
Yeah, Hush.
Wow, that's
Great
great.
movie from Mike Flanagan. Just like deleted. And then his TV series. I mean, The Fall of the House
Hill
of
House
Usher,
and,
Murder of Hill House, Bly Manor. All
If
would
those
just be
get taken
great
off, I'm gonna lose my
physical
fucking
media
mind.
stuff. Yeah, with like behind the scenes and everything. So he's kind of had like the short end of the drug with all that shit. So it sucks, but
Yeah,
Go on.
Hush available. If you go on Just Watch, it says Hush is not available for streaming anywhere, and
Nope.
you can't buy it anywhere.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
It's really stupid. But
Great movie.
I don't know. Seeing that Disney, I'm not Disney, but maybe this is Disney or Sony. I don't know what's going on here, but they are putting out their original content in on physical media, which is ballsy, I guess, because
Yeah, it's
physical
nice.
media is dying, according to
Bring
the
it
industry.
back. So we have a reason to talk about physical media because it takes up my entire fucking living room. So
And then the other piece of movie news here, just a little announcement. Maxine will release July 5th in theaters. It's coming
yes,
out in a
my
couple
God.
months. So we have Mia
Halsey's in
Goth,
this.
Halsey, yep. Michelle Monaghan's in it. Elizabeth Debicki, Lily Collins, Kevin Bacon,
I swear to God, if Kevin Bacon's a pimp, I'm gonna be so.
Giancarlo Esposito from Breaking Bad and everything else. Jesus, this cast is huge compared
That's a
to like
crazy
Pearl.
cast.
I mean,
wow.
X had a pretty good cast, but Pearl was just Mia Goth and David Cronsa, who got the role of Superman. So, but that was
Mhm.
before then. So, and I don't know. This is going to be interesting. July 5th, and this is coming off of the lawsuit of Mia Goth kicking an extra in the back of the head, and
Who cares? I don't care.
Really?
I don't care about that.
and
Fuck
then
the
like
extra.
belittling him. Yeah, and like it was really look into
Wow.
that. It's a funny
On
story.
this movie.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
on the set. So we'll see what
Aw.
happens. She's being sued at the moment, but yeah, Maxine, July
She'll be
5th.
okay. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this one. I just recently we rewatched X. It's still just it's so fucking good. It's such a fun movie. Kid Cudi, you see his fucking his silhouette of his giant penis. I mean, there's just so many good moments in the movie. And I can't wait to see what they do next. So
Interesting piece of information you included there.
What?
I want to rewatch Pearl at some point. I saw that once in theaters and I liked it, but I remember thinking like I should watch that again at some point because
I think you can watch
It's different than what I was expecting it to be.
like after watching X again, I would have said you got to watch Pearl first because it's the prequel. But I like watching X, and then knowing kind of how crazy that lady becomes in the future to go back and see it and watch Pearl afterwards. Like I don't like I watch it in the way that they came out. I feel like it's almost better. I don't know. Like you can watch the prequel first.
Throw it in the oven.
Exactly. He was on that.
Throw it in the oven.
All right, and then the last piece of news here for the movie news segment is it's not really news. It's kind of just an announcement. There's a new show called Shogun, and it's currently the best reviewed TV series within the past several months with 99% of Rotten Tomatoes.
It looks good.
Wait,
I've
is this
seen the
is this
promos
Westworld
for
show?
this. It's no, it's like a samurai show that takes place in the 1600s in Japan. It's on Hulu. It's a Hulu original series, but like it's being compared to shows like kind of Game of Thrones,
What?
Succession. It's very great. I've seen the first 2 episodes. Phenomenal. I mean, the cinematography, the performances, a lot of it is subtitled, but it's so it's so like entertaining and engaging that like you just don't even notice it. So it's really well done. And it's being hailed as literally like it's the next big thing on TV right now. So if you have Hulu, I just
Okay.
the hype
I
is
have
pretty
Hulu with
real. I mean,
commercials.
it's a really good show. And especially if you're into kind of like the samurai lore and everything, it's just fascinating. I bought the 7 Samurai on Criterion last week because I was like, okay, this show is fucking awesome. I want to go revisit the classic. So
Nice.
never seen it. So that is just a little bit of an announcement because I don't know if you guys have even heard of the show.
Nope,
but
have not.
just came out last week, I think. So it's a strong recommend. And if you're listening, if you haven't seen Shogun, it's on Hulu. Go and watch it.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
Now.
Or
Watch
you can
it
go
now.
watch Constellation with Naomi Rapace on Apple TV Plus.
You could. And then quick, Ducky asks a question. Now that Dune 2 has come out, what is the most anticipated film from now until the summertime? So I'll include the month of May, even though it's technically summer releases, but
I appreciate that because I was gonna say a May movie. So
okay. From now until May, what's the next movie that's like you're there opening weekend, you're there day 1? Because for me, I don't know. Well, I mean,
Yeah, there's none I'd be there really opening day.
one that you want to see in theaters for sure, though.
Oh, I've got one.
For me, it's a movie that comes out on my birthday, which I'm always excited to see what comes out on my birthday every year. It's Furiosa this year, which I'm actually not going to be in the country for that, but I still will see it as soon as I get the chance because Anya Taylor-Joy as that character the trailer looks insane. Like it's still that same just vibrant yellowish tan color palette from Mad Max. And like it's been years since I saw that movie, but I cannot wait to see what they do with her in the central role. Like it's gonna be action packed. It's gonna look beautiful. So I'm looking forward to that theater experience.
Okay, Furiosa, Nate.
Yeah.
Mine's a little different. It kind of goes in another direction. It's Sasquatch Sunset.
No way. Okay,
I saw
Sundance hit.
What?
I saw the trailer for it, and when I saw that Ari Aster was on as an executive producer, I was like, okay, I will watch this. And it's got like Jesse Eisenberg in it, and they're all just decked out in Sasquatch makeup, and it's a year in the life of Sasquatches, and apparently there's a really pretty sunset, so I'll pay money to see that.
And it is on John's watch list. So
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
there it is.
okay. Yeah. I totally am looking forward to that one.
Yeah, it's entirely about a family of like Bigfoot people.
Oh, okay. We must have
There's
been
no
talking
dialogue.
about this. What?
There's no dialogue. But that brings me to my most anticipated one that I might see in theaters, Monkey Man.
Oh
The
shit.
trailer for this looked pretty awesome. It's Dev Patel making his directorial debut. It was made under Netflix's, but Netflix funded the movie to release it, and it sat on the shelf. And then Jordan Peele saw a cut of it and was like, "Why is this going to Netflix? This needs to go to theaters." Got Netflix to sell it to, I think, Universal, and Universal's
Wow.
distributed in wide release April 5th. So it basically was like on the shelf for a streamer movie. And then they're like, no, this movie needs to be seen in theaters, so they're going to put it out. Apparently it's badass and awesome, and the trailer was really, really cool. So I hope it's great. It looks cool, and it's on John's watch list as well. So
What else is on there? I've just started to kind of use the watch list. Whenever I see something like, damn, I should probably like remember to check that out. I'll put it on.
I Am Sam.
I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that
Oh
is.
my God.
Why don't you watch it and then report back?
That's the one where Sean Penn, he's like he's autistic, and Dakota Fanning's his daughter type. Okay, yeah.
Let me go ahead and take that off of there. I don't care anymore.
I've heard it's a good movie.
Yeah, I've heard it's good. I've never seen it too.
Hmm.
All right. Well, that's all I really had for you guys as far as movie news. And Ducky asks a question.
Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll see you next month.
Monkey Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw it in the oven.
Yeah.
So what's next? What's next, Ducky? What's
Let's
our
jump
next
into
segment?
new releases. We have a big movie to talk about, so
Let's go.
just get right into it.
That's crazy. Nate's always there surprising us with what he's capable to do behind a desk.
Yeah, you don't even know, but I'm wearing nothing under this. It's
No,
just
but neither am I.
ability.
None of us ever are. But here we are to talk about the new releases. The big one, obviously, is Dune 2. Yeah. Have we all seen it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank God. Okay. And you've seen it. You saw it in theaters at 10 p.m. in an IMAX.
Ooh, that's a bingo.
I don't know if that works right here, but
Maybe
I'll
just
allow it.
that's a bingo. Like quick clip.
Yeah, I did.
What's this one?
About it.
Yeah, don't worry about it, guys.
It'd be a lot
Um,
older if you did.
I did. I saw it in IMAX 10 p.m. Sunday night because I saw for the rest of the week the 6:30 IMAX, like a normal person showtime, was all sold out, and I am gone next weekend. So I was like, I got to see it in IMAX. So the only option was 10 p.m. Sunday night. So
It is what it is. I think they had like, at least for premiere night, they had like 1 a.m. and 3 a.m.
and
screenings.
3 a.m. screenings. It's
Fucking,
insane.
can you imagine? I guess if you're on like the night shift, that works, but I don't know.
Could be cool.
But yeah, Dune 2. This movie was supposed to come out what, November of last year or something like that. Where I heard a lot of people saying like, "Hey, if this had come out then, it would be competing it could have probably been in the Best Picture run
For sure. Yeah, that and Oppenheimer would be battling.
Yeah. But yeah, you saw the most recently, Spencer. So what were your thoughts on it?
Well, obviously, I had a lot of hype going into it. Dune Part 1 was way more epic than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I had pretty high expectations when I went and saw that last year. Or no, that was like, holy shit, that was 4 years ago. No, 4 years ago or 3 years ago?
2018,
2019, 2021.
21. Okay.
Was it? Oh.
Yeah,
Because we went and saw it.
It was in HBO Max and a theater release because it was doing that hybrid day and date release. And I remember I watched it in IMAX with Nate, and then I rewatched it on HBO Max, and I was like obsessed with it. I was like, "Oh, this movie's awesome!" But it felt like part of a story. Like it ended right when I was like fully invested. So throughout the years, I've just been counting the days to finally get the second half of this movie, and it 100% lived up to the expectations. I rewatched Dune Part 1 that day, that afternoon, and basically went into this a couple hours later. So, and just watching it kind of like right back to back, you get so into the story, and just like you see the progression of the characters and the arcs. It's very, very well done and just very well directed. And it's just, yeah, I mean, it's
Denis
so rare that
Villeneuve-
these massive movies come out every now and then. I mean, you had the Star Wars trilogy in the 70s and 80s. You had the Lord of the Rings in like the 90s and early 2000s. And the Dark Knight trilogy. You have this now. The Dune and Messiah's coming. So, I mean, it's just so epic. And this is this generation's big cinematic event, epic thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Chalamet and Zendaya, the two new movie stars of our generation, or I guess
And
you could
Austin
say
Butler.
Gen.
Oh my god, that was one of my favorite sequences in the whole movie.
Dude.
Was that the one
Gladiator
black and
sequence.
white? Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
fake.
Why did this whole
Yeah.
time I thought that was like Alexander Skarsgård, or I thought that was the Pennywise guy?
No, that was Austin
No.
Butler.
That's Austin Butler, bro.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Phenomenal. Just the voice.
Terrifying.
Wow, I honestly didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow,
That whole sequence just it blew me away. Yeah.
it was
The
very
black and
Game of
white
Thrones
gladiators.
esque a little bit too, just minus the black and white, but it felt very Game of Thronesy with
Yeah.
Gladiator.
So it lived up to the hype for me. Nate, what about you?
Oh man. Like, and I rewatched it similar to you. I rewatched it the night before. And I was like, okay, I'm locked in. I know what's going on. And then this one just right off the bat. And I love how it starts with those words within that weird language.
Yeah, the Spices
You know what I mean?
Power or something right before the Warner Brothers logo.
That is so ominous. Yeah.
What the
And then
fuck?
it just says, yeah, who controls spice controls all or something. And it's like, oh dear God. And then it just, you get the dialogue of the daughter of the emperor, and just she's like telling you everything that's happened from the first movie on. And so it branches really well. So you doesn't skip a beat. And it just sets up everything perfectly. It does everything that a sequel should do. And it had great action sequences. It introduced characters, and some really epic fight scenes that you didn't even need like a score with it. Just them grunting and fighting was just intriguing, and I was just sucked in.
It's such a crazy world that he's able to create here. Like, you just go back and watch the original Dune and what David Lynch tried to do with it. I like the way I like to compare it is like it's like the Tim Burton kind of like silly, or maybe even Joel Schumacher Batman, and then you get like the Christopher Nolan Batman. That's the difference to me, where it's just like he created something that's just purely like almost perfect.
Two different artists too, like just with different visions.
A completely
his
different take on
movie
it.
was almost like the Spark Note version of the entire book. So the whole book is ginormous. I mean, it's a lot of story. So it makes sense that he split this.
And he made it at a time, like I'm saying, David Lynch made it at a time when you didn't make part 1, part 2, part 3 movies. Like, I think now that that's like a thing, Villeneuve looked at that and he was like, okay, we can fucking do this, and like actually, touch on every strong element of the stories and the characters and the cinematography, and have these incredible fight scenes. And Like this movie does have lulls where like they can draw things out and create a stronger story and stronger characters.
Yeah,
It's
it was
so
slow paced for sure,
they
but
both
like
are.
it
Yeah.
didn't. It was like it was needed though for the story because like they were actually spending so much time with the characters and developing the story because this whole story, the world is so dense and it's so just like there's so much to absorb within this
Right.
entire world and like the different houses and what they're trying to do and accomplish and just the names of everything. It's insane. Like I remember reading the book before the first movie came out. I think I only got like halfway through it, but just all the names, I got so confused. I had to like pull up like a Google sheet that like broke it down for me a little bit easier. I was like, "What? This is so confusing." But like just that ambitious idea to take this book. It's why it's been considered unadaptable for 60 years. It's like
Yeah. It's a lot.
they were
It's
trying
a
to get it
lot.
made for so long, exactly.
Yeah.
But which is funny because now Dune is like our culture, like is obsession with like the whole in the sci-fi genre, where like Star Wars is now like kind of like oversaturated and just like kind of in a ditch somewhere. So now, like, if only the author could be alive to see that, that'd be badass. But yeah,
Yeah.
It's just the way that he handles it and just how practical when it needs to be, but then even like the CGI with the ships and everything like that is just seamless. Like everything looks like it belongs in that universe. Nothing really sticks out. Timothy Chalamet goes through an amazing character arc as he's learning what he's capable of, while also being influenced in certain ways from different people. And then he's not the same happy Paul Atreides that you see in the first Dune.
oh no,
He's
crazy.
Very
definitely
conflicted.
he's accepting the fact that he is this quote unquote Messiah, or the what do they call it? The
Oh gosh.
Lisan al Gaib,
Yeah,
Something like that. Yeah.
the one who comes from the outer world, and it's just I don't know whose side to be on, because as the first one did, I feel like this one also ended at a point where I'm like, yes, I want to know what's going to happen. And then directed by Denis Villeneuve.
Right.
That's kind of my it's not an issue because like we know going in like, hey, like this is part 1, part 2, part 3. It's a lot of story. It's a lot of content to fit in here. But that is like my one thing with these movies. It's like it's hard for me to sit here and watch Dune Part 2 and think of it as a complete film, just because like I don't know. It's just been a while since I've been invested in a franchise like this, where you need to watch multiple parts of it to really get the full story encompassed into one. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I think Dune Part 1 and Part 2 is a complete whole for sure. Because Messiah takes place 13 years later. It's basically reflecting on what he ends up doing at the end of Part 2. I don't want to really spoil it, but
wait, is that really what Part 3 is called?
Yeah, Dune Messiah. Yeah, that's Part 3. And they're gonna make it.
Don't like
sure.
it.
13 years later, because I feel like there's a lot of story. Like we were
no, there's definitely going to be
the-
flashbacks for sure. I mean, it's part of the story.
Well-
So like you're going to see it, but a lot of it takes place with Anya Taylor-Joy's character. But I think the Messiah is going to be the end of Paul's story. His character that's going to conclude with Messiah, because then they do Children of Dune, and that gets really fucking weird. With his like the kids of Paul Atreides, but
isn't it?
I don't want to get into spoilers, but
No, it's what I'm saying is I feel like Nate would agree here. It's like I feel like we saw a lot of the war.
I didn't mean to do that.
It was
Sorry.
like leading. It's fine. It was like leading up to like the bigger war, like that's gonna happen in the South, and that's where it kind of cuts. Is like I feel like there was gonna be more. But if the third part is Messiah, then I feel like we're skipping
not
that.
really needed. I think only it's heavily implied what he does, and it's like
Sure, no, it
genocide.
absolutely is.
Sorry,
Yeah, but the way he sets it up though is he builds to this epic climax that you want to see. And now that you say that's what the name of the third one is, it's kind of disappointing because I want to see this Paul.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna get sequences of what he did, and him wiping out all the different planets. I think he kills like 600 billion people in his reign. So it's like he goes to full blown Darth Vader for sure. I mean, and that's the whole storyline. Is it's this kid who has all these mixed bloodlines. So he's like Harkin, he's part Jesuit, he's part Atreides, he's part all these Fremen. So like he has all these different bloodlines. So he's able to, I don't like, he gets like all these visions and everything. So that's why he is like the Messiah apparently. But then he buys into the religion too much, where he goes on and creates full-on genocide. So it's like that whole storyline, like Darth Vader essentially. It's like that's why George Lucas took so much inspiration from this source material and created his own sci-fi original Star Wars.
I can see why this was so tough to adapt. Like, just look, there's so much here. Yeah. It's a lot.
You're following a character that is growing up to become one of the most evil emperors who exist.
Right.
Which is like, weird because we don't ever see that in movies, really. It's usually, they might go down a dark path, but they come out on the other side, where this, it looks like he's going full war.
And I love those sequences when, especially like I didn't think Timothy Chalamet could pull it off, like that, like intimidating presence, because I knew that he was going to go this direction. But I was like, especially the first one, he's like Josh Brolin says, like a young pup. He just looks so like, I don't know, like innocent in a way. But that scene when Dave Bautista's like charging and like the sandstorm, and like Paul emerges with his like hood on, and he's like walking towards, and it scares Bautista back, and he runs away. Like that felt very intimidating. And when Paul just charges in towards the Baron at the end, just like with no hesitation, like that's full on. Like he's gone to the dark side, and
the way he uses the voice.
Yeah,
like someone interrupts him and he uses that, and it's loud, especially in the theater. It like gives me chills because I'm not expecting him to snap. And
he also had no issue kind of being like, hey, I'm going to take Florence Pugh as my wife in front of like all the Freemen, including Zendaya. Like he has no issue doing what he needs to do politically to take power as well.
But remember what he said,
he believes into the prophecy. But yeah,
as long as he's alive, he will love Shani.
Yeah, but I don't think Shani's too happy about that.
And also,
no.
Also, he keeps on saying that like Shani finally does come to see like what I'm doing. One day she'll understand. Like, because he has that vision of them standing together, like with the blue eyes looking down. It's in the movie. Is them like united together, like king and queen essentially. And she's like part of it. So he sees her coming around, so that's why he doesn't really care in the moment, it seemed like. And plus he was just on his warpath to just,
but he knows more than everyone else.
Yeah,
like he knows more than Reverend Mother.
Yeah,
like, and that's the scary thing, is the fact that he knows more than the person who got him into this.
Yeah. His mom takes a crazy turn in this movie. Like she I mean, I knew that she was like, you know, the Jesuits they have their own agenda, really sort of, but
push towards the whole genocide prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
She pushed Paul to the dark side for sure.
From the very beginning in the first movie, it's like one of the first scenes is like when they put the hand in the thing, like she wants him in with the Jesuits. Like they want him as like a pawn, essentially. Like she's kind of running the show, the whole like all of the first two movies. Like
she is a puppet master,
you
for
know,
sure.
she really is. She's very scary to look at too, with all those fucking tattoos and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
what do you think of what did you guys think of the new additions to the cast? I mean, obviously we talked about Austin Butler, huge standout.
David new as well.
No, he was in the first
one. You had Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh.
Give or take. Like we didn't even see her much of, so it's
I liked her. I mean, I like her in anything she's in. But yeah, again, we only really saw a few scenes of her just kind of like sitting there she had some really cool like costume design. I'll give her that.
And Anya Taylor-Joy in a brief cameo, setting up her role in Messiah.
I did gasp. I did audibly gasp when I was like,
I didn't recognize her at first. I was like, oh wait, but there's only one person in the world that looks like her, so that's definitely her. And I knew that she was in it. So
it's like her and Sid.
I didn't.
Okay, you
had
didn't know
no
she was in
clue.
it?
Nope.
Okay.
And I honestly didn't know that there was even an idea for a part 3.
Yeah, me
So
neither,
when it
dude.
ended
Okay.
the way it did,
There's like
I
6
went,
more
"Oh,
books.
they have to. They have to."
Yeah, I had the same thought. I'm like, oh, part 2, it's over. Like they made us wait fucking 3 years for this movie. It's like part 1, and then this is like the war and the ending. And I know nothing about the books until Spencer mentioned it afterwards. So, yeah, that scene in the movie with Anya Taylor-Joy, I'm like, what are we even like? What they had her go on set for a day for this? Like,
Probably she's probably in this set next door and was like, "Hey, come over here and you can be in the third movie as
probably.
a huge role."
But the
Because
whole thing,
in Dune, the David Lynch movie, she's born. She's like kind of like I don't know, like
a
a
toddler.
toddler at some point. At one point, and she actually kills the Baron too, and David Lynch's Dune. So
Wait,
like,
what? Oh,
she's a full blown
Yeah.
character. And also, Shawnee and Paul have a kid, and they name it Leto. That's not in this movie, but whatever.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, it's all just.
Yeah,
I
It
love
turns
what
into the Joker, and then that's where we get the Batman comparison,
yeah.
right?
no.
Well, anyway,
What
I'll
do you
give.
guys think of Christopher Walken?
Oh my god, you know,
He's
to be
just
honest,
an
bro,
old man. He's just an old man.
for those of you guys,
Him in the movie, I would have liked it a lot more.
For those of
if
you guys
he
just
got up and
listening,
danced.
that was a video of Christopher Walken dancing, and we never got to hear him say anything.
The lyrics actually is about Dune in that one part. It's really
What?
funny. It's like walk without rhythm or you'll attract the worms. Walk without rhythm
No
and attract the
shit.
worm. Yeah, that's the part of the song. Yeah.
I
Foreshadow.
Yeah.
I feel like they just needed an old, very famous person just to play
Yeah.
this character, which I think you could put really anyone in.
As long as he's like quick on his feet.
I wish they chose somebody else, because I do think that just for this story, you want to be so immersed into it. Christopher Walken's voice is too iconic, man. It took me
I
out of
know.
it. It's
Yeah.
too like it's too much. It's like,
What if
hey,
it was
what
Morgan
are we gonna
Freeman?
do? I don't know.
What
Morgan
if
Freeman.
he was the emperor and was just like,
What if it was like
"Oh,
Nicholas
House
Holt?
Atreides."
Nicholas Holt would have
Jason
ruined it.
Clarke.
Oh my god, dude.
Sam Worthington.
Oh God, no, Jason Clarke.
There's so many people that you're mentioning now that would be a lot worse. I'm just trying to make it like a single complaint about Christopher Walken.
Nicolas Cage.
That I would have been okay with that.
I would have been totally fine with that. All right, yeah,
No,
John,
like a
why don't
Gary
you-
Oldman, or
Yeah,
like,
he'd be good. He'd be
or
great.
I don't know, Tom Hanks. I'm not sure.
Christopher Plummer,
Yeah, that'd be fine. I'd be okay with
or
that.
like or Ian McKellen, or something that has that
Patrick
prestige.
Stewart, but like unrecognizable Patrick Stewart. Like put him in a giant like wig and a beard and shit.
Patrick
Tie
Stewart
him
could
into
figure
the
it out.
original Dune because he's in the original Dune.
Holy shit! Wait, really?
Yeah, he plays Josh Brolin's character in the original Dune.
I'm
plays,
trying to erase
Kristen
that
Stewart.
original movie from my memory. So,
All right, John, why don't you give your grade?
final thoughts. It's really good, but again, like not a full story. But to be fair, I mean, there's just so many amazing things in this movie. Cinematography. I mean, the world building's great. Timothy Chalamet's character arc. I love the stuff with Zendaya. We finally get to see her, and we get a little love story in there as well. So it's a theater experience. If you have a theater near you that has IMAX or Dolby, fucking go see it in theaters. It's a 4.5 out of 5.
4.5 out of 5.
Yeah,
I will
it's great.
match your 4.5 out of 5 because I need to see it again to fully grasp everything that I saw on screen, because it was a lot to take in. And I don't know if I need to rewatch part 1, but I'm really looking forward to the day where I have both these movies in a nice little spot on the shelf, and then just taking both movies and watch them in one afternoon. Just the full story of Paul's character arc in Dune. I mean, that'd be fucking awesome. So I'm looking forward to that one day. But 4.5 out of 5 for me.
It really is. It's like watching Game of Thrones for the first time. It's just a lot. It's a lot to take in. That's truly like my only, and it's not even a demerit. It's just, you got to watch it again and again. It's fine. Nate?
Oh, you guys are gonna hate me.
2 out of 5.
No,
After all that.
Hated it. Stupid. Dumb movie. 5 out of 5.
5 out of
Done.
5. All right.
Yep.
Let's
No
as
go.
push-ups.
far as sequels go, this one had it. It didn't start immediately after the first one. Like they show like all the bodies being disposed of, and it kind of does a soft lead into it. But then just the way they introduce Austin Butler's character is this terrifying warrior, and just hearing he wants this war to go on, and just seeing Paul just become was it Uzul Mayabib?
I don't know. We already had this conversation where I really don't know. It's Hassoum Sha'adibo.
No, first they think he's the Lisan al Gaib, which is the one from the other world, but then they also call him Uzul Madabi because he's like the wise desert mouse type of thing.
I liked that. I liked that he
Um,
needed
who
like a
in-
desert name. That was cool.
And like reality is like a really strong, powerful creature.
mhm, and can withstand the desert without any problems. And just it left off on another cliffhanger where you're unsure of what's going on in everybody's heads. And I want to see Zendaya way more. And like after what you said about this part 3, now I'm nervous.
No, I wouldn't be
have
nervous.
Full faith in
Oh.
Denis Villeneuve.
Well, no,
what
I
will
do
say-
have faith in him. It's just I don't like the fact that they're not continuing with like part 3. That just messes with my order of things. And the
Is
fact
Messiah
that
part 3 though? Is Messiah part
but-
3?
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
it's the
fuck.
what's the third entry in the storyline of these characters? Yeah,
and just the fact that you said it's more in the future. It's like,
but
no,
I'm sure
I
there's going to be so much flashbacks.
but I don't want flashbacks though, because it doesn't feel like it's in
He is
real.
flashbacks or flash forwards though.
It doesn't feel as impactful if I'm seeing it in a flashback.
I have full faith in Denis Villeneuve. But what I will say, I hope he takes a break. I mean, let Timothée Chalamet age up a bit.
Take 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, take a
and
while.
do
Make
it.
some original projects again. Give me another like Arrival, Enemy, Incendies,
Prisoners,
Polytechnique, Prisoners,
Sicario.
Give me anything, just not Dune right now. I
Yeah,
love what he did with
it's a
Dune.
lot.
It's amazing. It's going to go down as a cinematic achievement, but I really want to see what else he has to cook up in terms of films. That's just original projects or just stories that he's passionate about. So I really hope he takes some time and just kind of does a couple for himself, kind of the way like Nolan would do, like a Batman movie, then just one for him, another Batman,
Right.
another one for
Yeah.
him, and yeah. But we'll see.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But yeah, that's it for Dune. Let's move on to a much smaller film, Suncoast.
Wow.
Oh.
It's been a few weeks, so
Oh, you saw it, Nate.
I did. Yeah,
Nice.
you guys said that was going to be a topic, so I watched
Okay.
it.
That's good.
Well, I saw this during Sundance, meaning I spent $25 on the ticket, and then it came out 2 weeks later on Hulu. So, really happy about that.
That's a bingo.
Yeah. So, gold star for that one, John. I could have chosen so many different films in the Sundance Film Festival. I chose this one because obviously coming of age drama with Laura Linney, and who doesn't love Laura Linney's grumpy, snobby face? She's so grumpy and fucking everything. Jesus Christ.
A bitch.
She's always such a bitch. God, like be nice to your fucking daughter.
Going through
Anyways,
a lot. Right, yeah.
whatever. Seriously, like if you guys haven't heard about this movie, it's about a girl caring, or a young teenager caring for her brother along with her audacious bitch mother. A teenager strikes up a friendship with an eccentric activist who is protesting one of the most landmark medical cases of all time, which actually my only introduction to this was Family Guy. It's fucking what's her name?
Terry Schiavo.
Terry Schiavo, isn't it Alivo? Yeah, that one. Bro, like what? I was like,
Stewie plays the plug, and he can't go out on stage, and he pees his pants.
he
Yeah.
pees himself.
And Peter sees Richard Dreyfuss in the crowd. And he,
Yeah, and
follows
he's
him.
like follow him, and he has his camera, and he punches. Dude, Jesus, Family Guy, man.
But continue.
Yeah, I mean this movie's in my wheelhouse. It's very much in my wheelhouse. Nico Parker, I think she'll go places at some point. Laura Linney, hopefully she never stars in a movie again. And then Woody Harrelson's there. So,
Okay, what? Yeah, Suncoast. When you watch this movie,
sure, yeah.
During Sundance, and I was asking about it, I was like, "Oh yeah, how's Woody Harrelson?" And you're like, "Yeah, Woody Harrelson. Like, anybody could have played that part." And then I was watching that movie with that mindset. And I'm like, I disagree. I think he was perfect in this movie. I loved his character in this movie, and I thought only Woody Harrelson could have played this part.
What?
I mean,
No, dude, he was
you
just
could have
like
gotten maybe
a
others,
humble,
sure, but he was
sad
just
man.
the perfect Woody Harrelson though for this role, and I did like his like intensity and like sternness towards the things that definitely mattered. But I thought he was great in this. But it was funny watching it with this mindset that like I thought he was going to be just bad or bland. But I'm like, no, he actually has a lot of depth and he's a good character. Like, and he's super sweet. I love that scene at the end. So I don't know, but it was just kind of funny.
He's fine in the movie. It's just like that whole side plot of the movie with the Terry Schiavo. I'm like, I don't care. I don't know. It was just a weird side plot that they didn't need to have it be Terry Schiavo. It could have been just another thing that they made up. It was a little bit, that's like just a little bit distracting for me, but the story itself is it's so heart-wrenching. There's very few movies that make me want to tear up and be sad and just like cry for characters. The last one was Coco. This is the last movie. Like that was 2017. A lot of movies don't do that to me. Like it takes a lot. This is the most recent movie to do that to me.
If a movie has a failed marriage in it, I will probably tear up. Just saying. So that's every other month.
Like just we can get into details more. I'll talk about what actually made me sad specifically, but what did you guys think of Suncoast?
It was a nice, quiet little movie.
All right, Spencer, what do you think?
It was a very sweet, charming, coming of age flick that wasn't afraid to. It was a little tame,
kind of ugly,
but yeah, I mean, there were some real human elements to the movie that I was surprised by, and it wasn't just like a straight just Netflix fluffy dumb movie that goes in one ear and out the other. But it definitely has a lot of emotional like parts to the movie, especially the end. And yeah, I mean, I definitely got teary-eyed towards the end. It's emotional for sure, but I thought her performance at times was really good, and at times I was like, there should have been another take. I don't know. There's some of those emotional scenes early on in the film I just didn't think landed with her, but that's a little nitpick.
I love movies about female protagonists that are just rebellious teenagers. I don't know what it is. I just like when they rebel against their mother, and of course here Woody Harrelson is to kind of clean up the mess. They're just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I got a Spectacular Now poster right here. I don't know why they always just hit me different, even though I personally can't relate to being a teenage girl. So here I am still having this movie at the top of my list, and it'll probably be there until the end of the year. I don't know what to say.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys have a lot to say about this, or should I just keep talking about Suncoast?
Like it was good. It was good, and it definitely hit its emotional points. I kind of forgot about it, but like, what can you do? We watch a lot of movies.
We do.
I will say the actor who played Max, her brother that's in hospice, I think early contention for Best Supporting Actor next year.
I was gonna make that joke, you fucking asshole. You bitch. That was gonna be my joke. He was great in the movie.
I just hope he doesn't get stiffed.
Oh, wait a second.
And that's enough of Nate. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Yes. Pretty good.
Yeah, so Suncoast. It's a charming little movie. It's on Hulu. If you have Hulu, it's definitely worth a watch. A little long. I think it was like 2 hours. I don't know. It was an
hour 49. It's like an easy, quick watch
for this type of story. Did it need to be? Do we need that many party montages at her house when her mom was sleeping in the hospice care and
with obnoxious?
Because she was learning how to be a woman.
Scenes and just I don't know. I thought it was just a little repetitive at times.
Forced love angle.
But and then oh my god, there was one scene that just pissed me off. I don't want to really spoil it. It was when
The
she
cop?
went out with her friends, and then she has to go back because her
Mhm.
mom called.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
god.
Yeah,
That's the
so
definition of
mad.
Laura Linney just being a fucking
I
total
almost
bitch.
wanted to turn off the movie at that point, but I stuck with it, and then the last 20 minutes of the movie is definitely yeah.
The last 20
Sad.
minutes is what made
It's
me
sad.
what made me sit
Even
there
though
and
you
bawl
know
my
what's
eyes out.
coming, the whole movie, in the first like 2 minutes of the movie, it's like your brother's gonna die. He needs to go to this hospice care until he dies. So it's like he's gonna do it, or kick the stool. But it's just the way they do it. It was sad.
He didn't kill himself. That's not the right reference at all.
That's how I said it though. So yeah,
That's fine.
I gave this I think I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was solid. It was better than most direct to streaming movies, and probably could have made a little bit of money in theaters. Probably not, but
no, that's okay.
no, it was good though. It's worth a watch.
Yeah. I also
Yeah.
gave it a 3.5. I did.
3.5.
I wasn't bored by it. I enjoyed it. I thought Nico Parker, she's got a good career ahead of her.
She's a legacy artist.
Wasn't she in the very first episode of Last of Us?
Yes, she's the daughter.
Yes, yep.
Okay,
Yep.
that's where I
The
thought I
daughter of
recognized
Dandy
her.
Newton.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. Thought she was good. And I like Woody Harrelson. Yeah, Laura Linney's kind of a bitch.
Do you think Laura Linney should get a job after this?
She's a great actress.
But like Ozark, she's always just such a bitch. Like, why?
Yeah, but everyone in that show's a bitch.
I just like, how could you be mean to your daughter? She's all you have left. Like that lady at the freaking facility was like, yeah, because there was a scene in the movie where she's like, oh, do you have any other kids? She's like, no. I mean, yes. Oh my God, my daughter. Like, what? How do you forget that?
John, if you liked this movie, you should watch a movie called Ordinary People.
I've seen
Oh
that.
my god, that movie.
I think I've seen that.
rough.
No, you haven't.
Charlie
I haven't.
Shannon and Jesse Plemons.
Nope.
I think I've seen that.
Ordinary. Oh no, that's the Robert Redford movie.
No.
No.
Donald Sutherland, Mary Tyler Moore. It won Best Picture in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Ordinary
I don't know what I'm thinking of.
People. That's Robert Redford.
I guess I just can't spell ordinary.
Yeah, directed by Robert Redford.
Oh, I didn't know who directed it.
Sorry.
Yeah, no,
I
I have not seen this, Nate.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It's got a similar feel to where the mom doesn't handle things well and it makes you hate her because of shit that goes on in the family. Yeah. It's really good.
I'm reading the
It is
synopsis
really
now.
good.
It sounds pretty much spot
Yeah,
on.
it won Best Picture in 1980, I think. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks,
Suncoast.
Robert Redford. But he didn't make Suncoast, and that's what we're here to talk about. Yeah, I loved it. I think movies that just hit you in the feels, that's always where, if you made me feel something emotionally, that's hard. So good job. I cried for 20 straight minutes at the end of this movie. It's a 4.5 out of 5.
I thought this was a show about the store.
But the store.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, a movie about Suncoast. Cool. I'll watch that. And then I found out it was about hospice care. I was like, oh, that.
Yeah, and
feels
Terry
great.
Schiavo, which nice shout out to Terry Schiavo, because I feel like people forgot about her.
Pull the plug.
He comes out.
Look, it's Stewie.
Hey, Richard, is that you, Richard Dreyfuss? Sells
Will
it
you
to
sign all the
TMZ.
stuff that I grab? Do you have a pen? No, I don't. You're supposed to have that. You're the celebrity. You can't run across the street and go to the convenience store and get a bunch of stuff for me to sign.
You're an asshole. You're an
I don't even
asshole.
need video clips.
Nope.
I don't think Laura Linney would go across the street and get a Sharpie to sign something I gave her.
Laura Linney wouldn't even. I'm tired of her.
I bet she
already.
still pays rent. Anyway,
She was also in that Family Guy one. They're like Scarlett Johansson. Laura Linney. They take a picture and then they're like, "Oops."
so mean. Laura Linney, if you're listening to this, I am sorry.
I think you're a great actress. All right.
You are very talented, but also kind of.
I like you at the
Movie.
beginning of the first 2 seasons of Downton Abbey, where they're just doing like BBC Masterpiece, and she goes, "Hi, I'm Laura Linney, and this is BBC Masterpiece."
Is that real or is that Family Guy? Wait, what?
100% real.
That's
It's
real?
100% real. If you watch Downton Abbey, the first season on Amazon Prime, it'll do this really British intro, and it'll be hi. I'm Laura Linney, and this is BBC Masterpiece.
I've seen the first season. I don't remember that.
Well, did you watch it on Amazon or did you watch it?
No, I
like-
watched it like on physical media DVD one time.
Yeah,
like a little
that's
bit of
why.
It. Oh,
That's
shit.
why.
I missed out on the
This
real
is
treat, which
BBC
is fucking Laura
Masterclass.
Linney.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah, she just pops up like it's a British thing, but she's like, "Hi, I'm Laura Linney,
No
all
way.
American."
It's so unnecessary. Oh my god.
That's like the funniest thing I think I've heard in a long time. There's no way that's.
Hey, I'm Laura
It's-
Linney, and I'm not British at all, and this is irrelevant, but Downton Abbey.
I'm Laura Linney, and this is Masterpiece Classic.
Yep,
Bitch,
that's-
what? Who cares?
And then this fancy music starts playing, and then Downton Abbey.
What?
Not even
That's
in it.
crazy. Oh my god. Go away. Nobody
Oh.
cares.
Yeah, and that
That
was
would make
probably
me
the
not wanna
happiest
watch
she's been in her
Downton
entire
Abbey.
life.
I would turn the show off at that point.
I made it through the first season.
Wow.
Uh,
All right.
Well,
Well, we
thanks,
all
Laura
watched.
Linney.
We all watched
Yeah.
Dune 2. We all watched Suncoast. Did we all watch Spaceman? The new Adam Sandler Netflix film that came out last week. No answers.
I did.
I didn't see it.
Oh, no!
Well, we can
Um,
give a quick little jibba jab about it if you guys want.
Sure.
Without talking too much about it, because I feel like there's spoilery stuff here that I do not want to ruin for Nate.
Nate, what do you know about this movie?
I know that Adam Sandler goes into space
Mm-hmm. Yeah. exactly.
and is unsure of what's happening until there's an unknown being in his pod.
Okay.
Is the rough gist of it.
Let's keep this short because I really do want Nate to see this and form his own opinion.
Yes.
So, I think the cool thing is this is from director John Renck, who did Chernobyl, which is
Johan.
oh god, so oh wait, it's Johan.
It's Johan.
It's missing an A.
Oh my bad. I wrote this at work. But yeah, no, the director of Chernobyl, which Nate, have you seen that on HBO?
I haven't.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's a kind of a brutal watch because Chernobyl's obviously a fucking disaster. But really well done kind of miniseries on Chernobyl. I think that this is definitely obviously very different, but super stylistic. The fact that Adam Sandler is the star in this movie, and I personally kind of forgot it was Adam Sandler at times, made me like it more. It's just very unexpected for Netflix. It's very unique. And kind of beautiful to look at times. Like I got these new lights around my TV where like it was just purple. The whole living room was purple. It was just kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't know what else to say without ruin.
It's definitely a fun way to experience the movie with those purple lights. I think I did the same thing.
Did you? Yeah, it was.
I had it on the purple setting. I don't remember, to be honest, but I always had the lights on. But
Of course, yeah, you gotta immerse yourself. It was
the,
like 10 p.m. and I watched it. It was great.
this is kind of like Adam Sandler's version of Interstellar, but it's not Interstellar in any way. It's very
I would
much
say it's
it's a
more
hu-
Ad Astra.
yeah. It's I mean, it takes place in
But
space, and there's like there's a lot of like not really, there's some sci-fi elements to it, but it really is a human story just about connection and
Marital drama.
marital drama for sure.
Literally marital drama. Yeah.
But done in a very stylistic way. In a way, it's a very different type of movie for Adam Sandler, especially, and he was great in the lead role. There was a lot of scenes where he had to channel some things that he's never really done on screen before, and I thought he did a great job. The creature that's in the pod, I won't say much, but
I can see it on the poster.
Okay, but
Yeah,
it is
I'm gonna
voiced
show
by
some up as well.
Paul Dano, and I loved that choice. The soft-spoken, just soothing voice of Paul Dano, it just worked. It doesn't sound like it would on paper, but it works.
Yeah.
And I love the whole kind of relationship there. But it's just, and I really love the stylistic choices with the cinematography too. And they chose to do a lot of the memory scenes in a very weird lens and kind of like a circular. I don't know. It was so crazy and weird, and it was cool to look at for sure. So it's different. It's not a lot of people are liking it. 5.8 IMDb, 49% Rotten Tomatoes, 66% audience, because it is a very ambitious idea, and it's very
super
ambitious in
different.
the execution, and it's super different, and it's not anything you'd expect from an Adam Sandler movie that you'd see on Netflix, but it's definitely worth watching. And Carey Mulligan is great too. But yeah, it's very good.
I don't want to give it like too many crazy comparisons, but like in a sense, it gave me Arrival just because of like the kind of ambiguity behind it, where like you don't really know what's going on, and they kind of give you like bits and pieces, but
Yeah.
like you can kind of divulge what like
And
what's
it's based
going
on a
on
book
here.
as well, so it's an
Okay.
adaptation of a book. I looked into the book, and there are some differences, and the book does seem to go to a different spot. But this, as its own, I thought was fascinating and kind of a surreal, kind of fun watch. So
Yeah,
liked
I
it a lot.
disagree with these scores completely. I think it's
I saw it without even
it-
seeing any scores.
Yeah,
I
me
just went
too.
into it. I was like, all right, and then afterwards, I was like, you bitches. So whatever. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I also gave it a 4 out of 5. I thought it was really good. I was just in the perfect mood for it as well, and fully immersed myself, and I really liked it. So, yeah,
right.
that's a big
Space-
recommend. Don't listen
on
to the
Netflix.
critics.
Nate, do you think you'll check this one out?
Probably watch it tomorrow.
Oh,
Nice.
oh boy.
Oh, baby.
I like
Wow.
space.
Cool. Do we have any other segments here, or should we just kind of?
First time watchers, are you watching with us? We're those movie dudes, and we about to discuss
Wait, are we?
another movie that we've never seen. So grab some popcorn and pull up a seat.
Was I supposed to watch something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So
voted on it.
We voted on it.
Um,
We watched The Sting as the first
Oh
time
my-
watch. We had
I
Cool
didn't
Hand
watch it.
Luke and The Sting. Those two, Paul Newman double feature that we voted on the last podcast. And John did not watch it.
It's been so long, I
He had
forgot.
a full
Jesus.
month to watch it. So
Didn't watch it.
he'll be in the room of shame.
And how's that feel?
I'm gonna go eat dinner.
Usually it's me.
Yeah. So John missed out, did not get a chance to see The Sting, the Best Picture winner from 1970 with Robert Redford and Paul Newman, directed by George Roy Hill, right?
Mm,
From the
believe
director
so.
of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, kind of reunites them all in a very different movie, but in the same kind of style of like a buddy, kind of not slapsticky, but just kind of like a light kind of fun watch in a way.
Over the top.
Over the
Very
top. Silly. Doesn't take itself too seriously, but it's very bright. There's a lot
Yeah.
of
Oh yeah.
the colors are really popped on this movie.
It was
But
the 70s. They
Yeah.
they were trying stuff.
what did because this was a huge blind spot for all of us. We all hadn't seen this movie, hence first time watch, and John still is gonna be a first time watch for him. But last episode you wanted to come up with a challenge of watching more Best Picture winners, and then I so
Yes.
happened to pick this one for first time watches. This is the best picture winner. What do you think? Is this worthy of the Best Picture? Did it live up to your expectations? What do you think of this?
It was very, very good. I will say that. And I was entertained throughout. I just don't know what else it was against that year.
I had no idea.
But the performances are just top notch. They work really well together, especially Redford as Johnny Hooker. You don't expect it at first, and they do some twists and turns at the beginning when they rob a guy. The guy thinks he gets away with it, but he got played. Get to see James Earl Jones' father, I think.
Is that
or
really
brother?
his father?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like the old timey music and just the era that they're in, where they're just kind of trying to fake these horse races. And you have Robert Shaw, who plays Quinn in Jaws, who is just this
Doyle.
he just looks like a menacing villain character. And he always thinks he's gonna outsmart him, but no chance.
Just checking in on John, make sure he's all right.
But yeah, no, I would say it's deserving. I don't know what it went up against. It had a real goofy side to it. I remember
Super
that,
goofy.
like you said, not necessarily slapstick, but
It
to
almost
the point
felt like
where,
it though.
yeah, if they just had more weird instruments, someone could have fallen
Well, just like
down or
from the first
something.
scene with that score, it's like you've heard that score so many times, that piece of music, and then that kind of like not like a pratfall, but just like them like running into each other and dropping the money. It just seems
Yeah.
so like slapsticky. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, it's a whole different tone than what I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought there was kind of some fun scenes, especially with like the cons and them trying to pull all that off, like the heists and everything. Robert Redford, super charming, but kind of a sleazeball in the
Yeah.
movie. But
He
yeah.
did have me on the edge though, because the whole time that was going on, I wasn't 100% sure what side he was on. I thought they could have taken those turns, like how he was, actually going against Paul Newman's character, and it kind of left me going, oh crap. Like, I kind of like this guy, but if he's working for the bad guys, I hate him.
Yeah.
And the way it just all kind of ties up in the end, I just couldn't help but sit there and just laugh. Be like, he got me. They got me.
I mean, spoiler. I mean, they shot that lady like right in the face. She's like, yeah, he was gonna kill you. Like, let's go. He was like, what? But why didn't you do it last night? I don't know. It was just kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, and he's like, I was like, I wasn't doing anything. He's like, no, she was gonna get you. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was definitely worth the watch. And I think you and I were both in the same boat. This was our last 70s Best Picture winner.
Yeah.
That we had to
Yep.
watch.
It was the last movie of
So-
that decade.
So that clears
1973. I said 70 earlier. But
all right. That's okay. It fell between the Godfathers. That's the only way I know that, is because the first one won 72 and the other one is 74.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you give it?
I believe, let me check ye ol' library here. I want to say it was maybe around a 4. Let's see here.
I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. Didn't quite get to the 4, but I had a fun time watching it, and
Yeah.
I'm glad I did. I don't know what else it was up against for Best Picture. Did it need to be? No, but I mean, I still enjoyed it. I think I still like Butch Cassidy more than this, though. I had more fun with Butch Cassidy.
I need to rewatch them.
Yeah. But you gave it a 4. All right.
Yes,
It's
I
worth
did.
it. It's on Netflix. It's going to remain a first time watch for John, but
Hey.
it is a good movie that you guys can go
Up,
to watch.
guys?
But
Yeah, I had a good time with it too. Especially just hearing about it now. It sounds like a good old time. So I'm looking forward to it.
so unfortunately, since you missed out on the first time watch, but I'm sure you have your pick for the next first time watch, though.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
It's ready to go.
if you follow us on Instagram, stay tuned to our stories because we will put out maybe a poll in the coming week to find out what the next first time watch is.
John fucked up, but at least he did mainstream trivia.
Oh,
Tom, I'll need a ride home. It's time for the answers. You know this fact. For the questions I'm about to ask, like,
What is the capital of Bolivia? It's mainstream boy
Trivia. All right, everybody, welcome back to another
Paying
segment.
myself with.
Another segment of Mainstream Boy Trivia. Don't leave. I thought it looked like you were about to get up and leave. I wouldn't
Oh.
blame you.
I was looking for a rope. No, I'm ready.
Oh, well, here we are. Mainstream Boy Trivia time. As you all know, Nate was the champion of 2023. Somehow, he cranked it out. He made it happen. He's the champ. But in 2024, I don't know if we've done Mainstream Boy Trivia yet because last episode I think I forgot. And then the
No,
one
last episode was the 2023 edition, and Nate
that was the 2023, and Nate won.
Nate won. Yeah.
Not the last episode.
I think it was 2 episodes
Oh,
ago
maybe it was a
because
couple.
the last
Yeah.
one it was like a whole clusterfuck. We didn't have any of the actual segments we normally
that's
do,
right.
and then
the last
anyways.
one, it was all the Oscar nominees and stuff.
so this is technically the first one that's like 2024. We're not talking about 2024 today, but regardless, Mainstream Boy Trivia. Here we go. As you guys know, this is the Mainstream Boy Trivia experience. The game will consist of a variety of trivia questions derived from myself. Each game will feature a new topic that each question will be in the spirit of. Spencer and Nate will buzz in, trying to guess the correct answer. First dude to 3 points wins the coveted honor of being named Mainstream Boy of the Week. We will have 7 total questions. Again, first to 3. Actually, no.
Should
First
be
to
4.
4. It'll be
Yeah.
first to 4. So, yes. I'm
Yeah, I
extending the game a
got
little bit
3,
more.
but I got 4. I still win.
You did it. But yeah, it's guess the film, movie quotes, film dates. It could be literally anything that I come up with in the 30-minute span of me trying to rush and make this. But this week's topic is John's favorite movies.
Oh God, National Treasure.
Wow, it would be a shock if National Treasure wasn't in here. But yeah, anything's free reign. Any of my favorite movies
Letterboxd, going
are on the no.
highest
Don't,
rating. Okay, what?
don't you open Letterboxd right now. This is all has to be on the top of your head. You know me as a friend. We're dudes. You should know what I like at this rate. We've been doing this for like 4 years now. So
Dune.
Dune might be. I don't know. Good luck.
Sorry. Okay.
Wait, I don't know why she's still there. I didn't change the template.
Well, it is favorite movies and Divergent's up there. So
Yeah, she is my number 1 movie of all time. So
Mm.
anyway, are you fellas ready? Let me open the chat here.
oh yeah, let me just open that up.
Yeah. Oh, gee willikers. I'm getting all giddy, boys.
Okay.
So the first question is about Fortnite. How many 90s can you quank if a 90s can quank? Spencer? Debbie?
43.
That's incorrect. Yeah. Hold on. Let me get my
42.
what? Oh, I forgot it's a movie podcast. We're talking about Fortnite today. Let's talk about some movies. Question 1. Question 1, everybody. Here we go. In the 2012 film Pitch Perfect, the 2012 film Pitch Perfect. Am I 13 and illiterate? Pitch Perfect has an amazing cast of characters, but can you remember at least 3 of the characters' names? Whoever can buzz in first and give me 3 names of the characters that were in this movie gets the point. Ducky?
Becca, Fat Amy.
Those are the easy ones.
Adam Devine. I don't know.
No, come on. You got to think of. No.
Do I have to say different ones?
No, you can have them.
No, you can give me those. That's fine.
Could I do Becca, Fat Amy, and Stacy?
I believe Stacy is one of them.
fact
Yeah,
check?
Stacy's like the really tall, like really attractive one.
You don't know?
I'm pretty sure Stacy is one of them. That's not one of the ones I was thinking of.
I'm checking right now.
Yeah, can you double check before I reveal? I think that's correct.
I think she's the slutty one.
Yeah, she's like the slutty one that like.
Stacey Conrad.
Yep, Stacy. I don't know if she's right on. Oh no, she is. Yeah, Alexis Knopp. I also would have accepted Jesse, Aubrey, Chloe for Brittany Snow. I would have accepted Benji. I've got the magic in me. That guy. Lily, who was like the really quiet Asian girl, and then if I had any Becca, those are the obvious answers. Yeah, Nate, good job.
Thanks, Spencer. I didn't know those 2. I just knew Stacy.
Wow, that's the one you knew. She's such like a small side character. That's crazy.
It just sounded like a bitchy girl name in college, so I was like, yeah, Stacy.
I don't think I knew a Stacy in college, to be honest with you. But anyway, all right, going on to question number 2. Nate up 1-0. Question 2 could be about anything I like. What simple message does Cooper use Morse code to send Murphy through the watch he gave her, revealing his survival? Nate?
Stay.
That's correct. The answer is stay.
Interstellar.
Yep. The answer is Interstellar. Yeah, Nate up 2-0. Stark contrast to what happened last episode where Nate was down to 0-2 and then came back and won.
I like Interstellar.
Great movie. 2014. Yeah, good job, Nate. Up 2-0. Spencer, are you nervous?
No, I'm good.
I'm
Happy
good.
for him.
Oh, that's nice.
Muchos gracias, señor.
Here we go. Question number 3. What are the character names for the 2 leads in The Spectacular Now? Debbie?
Amy and Josh.
Oh. I cannot accept Josh.
Amy's dad.
Amy is one of them. We'll give Spencer the
without
chance.
I'll just
It's
Dave.
really, god damn it. I mean,
Once all the way through, so I don't know.
Dave is incorrect. Man, I only have 7 total questions here, so like one of you has to eventually get it. Maybe I just give it. That doesn't really help the situation. It
Throw it in the oven.
hot on the chat. Be hot on the chat. It rhymes with cutter. Ducky?
Butter.
No, no, it's wrong.
I just
Nate.
took the opportunity.
I don't know if this is actually right, but is it Hunter?
No. God damn it. You guys should know this. This
You
is
had
a
in
great movie.
I've never seen
2013.
it.
You know,
You've never seen it? God damn it.
No.
I thought you guys
All right.
watched it together in college, and you were like, "It's okay. It's not a 5 out of 5, though."
Fucking god damn it. I think I have to give it. I don't want to give Nate the. He guessed Amy correctly.
Yeah,
Who-
but
who-
like, can give us more hints on the name? Like, do we know anyone by this name?
No, I've never heard this name outside of this movie. I'll say it's one of
Is
the
it
most.
Gunner?
Nope. It literally rhymes with putter.
I looked at the name. Like, I don't know how anyone would have remembered that.
I know it.
Well,
I
yeah,
know
it's
it.
your favorite movie of all time. You have the poster in your living room. Most of us have only seen this movie once, and this was back when I saw it in theaters in 2013
Is it
when I was in
Flutter?
high school. So I haven't
It's-
seen this movie in a long time.
It's
Nutter
Sutter. Sutter Keeley.
Yeah, no.
Movie? I didn't even know that.
Sutter.
Bob Odenkirk's in it.
Sutter and Amy. Come on, guys. I don't know if I can award a point for that one. So
You should be happy I got Amy.
I know. I'm really proud of you, considering you haven't even freaking seen the movie. Yeah, I will. Nate's still up 2-0. We'll cross the bridge when we get to it. On whether he's the winner at the end. Here we go. If Spencer makes a run here, then it could get interesting. Question number 4. What substance acts as a weakness for characters in both Unbreakable and Signs?
This isn't fair because Spencer's playing with the dog, but I do know the answer.
Oh, I know the answer too. Did Nate? You sent it in first.
Is
Yeah,
it
he did have
water?
a puppy.
Who's that?
Yeah, it's water.
Remy.
You can't.
Remy
Yes,
Pop.
silly.
Remy
Your
Pop.
puppy, you're chewing on your fingers.
Off you go.
Well, Remy didn't want Spencer to win.
Spencer wins though because he has Remy.
That's a good point.
And
You
I
are up
have my
3-0.
Stinky bedroom.
Technically, okay. Okay, I have a way. I have a way that if Spencer gets the next 3, then we'll figure it out. Here we go. Question 5, Nate up 3-0. Name the movie from the cast. Nina Dobrev, Emma Watson, and Paul Rudd.
Oh fuck.
Ducky.
I realize this is their own movie, but 2 of them at least are in it. Fuck. The End of the World, or This Is the End. I know Emma Watson and Paul Rudd are in it. I don't think Nina Dobrev's in it. But
No,
You
it's
don't
not.
like
This
that
is the
movie?
end. I know. I really don't. It's okay. Nate.
The Bling Ring.
It's not the Bling Ring. I'll give you another.
Fundamentals of Caring? No, that's Selena Gomez and Paul Rudd.
Are you Googling?
No, I'm spinning a AirPod. Thinking.
That's actually, yeah, that's like not a bad guess. Hold on, I'm gonna.
Emma Watson and Paul Rudd.
But remember, I'm not giving you like the main people in the movie because that would be too obvious. Let me give you another one. Melanie Linsky.
Don't know who that is.
Melanie Linsky and Dylan McDermott.
Perks of Being a Wallflower?
Paul Rudd's not in that movie. Oh, he's the teacher. Oh yeah, he's the teacher.
Damn, Nate. Fucking clean sweep tonight.
Well, because I'm sitting there going, the only one that I know out of those three for a fact that's in that is Emma Watson, because she's the love
Right.
interest. But I don't remember Nina Dobrev or Paul
Yeah,
Rudd.
I didn't. Yeah, same.
I don't remember Dina Dobrev in it, but I knew the name.
I
and
thought
knew
of the
she-
other Emma Watson Paul Rudd movie,
which is
weird that there's two.
that is kind of weird, yeah.
But that was
But yeah,
two are in movies.
Logan Lerman's in
together.
it. Ezra Miller's in it. Melanie Linsky is the weird aunt that like tries to like seduce him and like
We have a
rape
full
him.
episode on it if you want to go back and listen to it.
We do. We talk about that scene. But yeah, Nate, that's a clean sweep. 4-0 here, but we do have two more questions for fun. So let's see if we can get them. Question 6. John loves making lists of movies, specifically the best to worst lists every year. Name 3 movies in John's top 20 of 2016.
I can only think of one.
I figured that'd be broad enough than top 10 to be like, okay, think of 3 movies in the top 10. That's kind of hard. Mr. Movie release dates himself.
I
went first, right?
I went first.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't looking. Nate, yeah.
Passengers, La La Land, and Gods of Egypt.
Damn it, Nate.
What? I can only think of La La Land. Oh, wait a minute.
Think of
La
one
La
more.
Land.
You know Gods of Egypt isn't in it. 2016.
I already answered my 3 though, so
I hate that I have to do that. But I mean, you already won, so it doesn't really matter. Spencer?
What Marvel movie came out in 2016?
Come on, you think that lowly of me? That's brutal.
There
There was one, actually.
La La Land, The Edge of 17.
Come on.
Captain America: Civil War.
No, you fucking idiot. That actually was in 2016, but no, that's wrong.
Not in your top 20.
Number 24.
Number 24. Oh.
Yeah. No, you guys both collectively did name 3. La La Land's my number 3. Edge of 17 is number 9. Passengers is 13. And the Marvel movie you forgot was Deadpool. That's at number 18. So
Passengers, the Chris Pratt, Jennifer Lawrence movie.
yeah, it's a great movie.
13.
Yeah, it's up there.
I think that was my bottom 10 of that year.
Okay.
Hated that movie.
Here's the top 20 right here. We got Ouija, Origin of Evils, Doctor Strange. Wow, there's 2 Marvel movies.
Oh.
in here.
Lion. Nice.
Green Room. Everybody wants some.
drive it like you stole it.
Right? Sing Streets, Broader Horizon, Rogue One. I would probably move that up. Winter People. Fucking this movie sucks. Winter People.
What?
What?
That was a great movie.
It's okay, but I would never watch it again. Sully, Hell or High Water, Moana.
As your name's Sully.
I love
Oh, you
Sully.
just contradicted yourself. Oh, that was brilliant.
What did I say? I don't even know what I said.
You're like, Hunt for the Wilder People. Yeah, I'm never gonna watch that again. Sully. Like, yeah, okay.
Patriots Day,
You watch
Arrival,
Sully
number
all
1.
the time.
Great. I watch that every day. Once a day, Sully. Every
Wow.
morning. I wake up at 3 a.m.
There's
and watch
more.
Sully. This would have been the determining question. Here we go. Question number 7. Which of these movies did John not give a 5 out of 5? Why does everybody seem so bored?
I'm waiting.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah, it's
you
waiting.
take 30 minutes.
Perks of Being a Wallflower, I Origins, and Lion. Which one did I not give a 5 out of 5?
John, you gonna pick? Or...
Oh, sorry. Debbie came in first.
It was Lion.
It
No.
was Perks of being a wallflower.
Wow. I really knew eye oranges would throw. I thought you guys would say eye oranges, but
No,
No,
I knew you
we-
gave that a 5 out of 5. We did a podcast on it, and I was blown away that you gave it a 5 out of 5, and I've remembered that to this day.
fuck. Well, yeah, I really liked it, but yeah, Perks only has a 4.5.
And then Lion was my other one, but Nate guessed that, and that was around. So process of elimination.
Good job, Spencer. You got 1 question. Nate, you got 6.
Yeah,
I got 4.
Did you wait? Spencer got the last 3.
No, the last 2 of
I
them
got-
you didn't do because we.
yeah.
I'm confused. I don't know what happened.
We didn't get them. Sutter. We didn't get Sutter.
Yeah, that weird question.
You
and
guys should be
then
embarrassed. You should know that. You guys should know that.
You should be embarrassed for knowing that.
Hey, it's on my wall. I look at him every day. I'm like, hey, Sutter.
But you didn't even know that until you looked it up.
No, I knew that. I came up with that question. I didn't use ChatGPT at all today.
Throw it in the oven.
Well, that'll do it for this podcast. Everybody,
Heck yeah.
what
Time
are we
to
talking
go.
about next time?
Finally do what I promised myself I'd do.
Lipstick on?
Oh.
Is that what that is?
No.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to go cross dress. Well, check us out at Those Movie Dudes Instagram, TikTok. You know where to get us. If you're watching on YouTube, check us out on those various podcast platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, all that shit. And if you're not on YouTube, type in Those Movie Dudes Podcast, all one word, and you will find us. Subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what you think about the show, and leave a review. Just let us know. We'll see you guys next time.
Throw it in the oven.